Hey guys, this is the Gentleman's Corner. I am your host, Eddie, and we have our football guru and special insight man, Daniel, with us. And today we're going to talk about our wins, our losses, our cries, and our cheers for week 2. So, hello, Daniel. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. I'm a little stunned. I feel like someone took my first pick, but all right.
As in, elaborate.
And then someone stole my line,
Oh.
completely made up, Holmes, from right here. Completely jacked it.
uh, all
Did
right.
and I don't think they said it as natural, but it's fine. I'm doing great, dude. It was a good fantasy football weekend.
It,
Um,
a
and
lot of
yeah, we have a lot
injuries.
to talk about.
Yeah, a
A
lot
lot
of
of
injuries
injuries,
we're
for
going to have
sure,
to go
for
through.
sure.
Yeah, so you know what? Let's jump right in and take a look at what we're looking at here. Okay, guys, week 2. So the week 2, Eddie took on Daniel and lost. That was painful. I thought I was going
Yeah,
to come back. It didn't
no,
happen.
I told him he wasn't going to come back.
And on top of
Um,
it, I got Samuel senior now. He's out for a few games at least. St. Brown, he should be okay. Um,
So yeah, Debo's gone. He's not gonna hurt. Aaron Jones is questionable now.
yeah, he is.
So
How's CD Lamb looking?
CeeDee Lamb is also questionable, but he's a pro. This is the first time that we've heard anything about his. Today was the first time we heard anything regarding his ankle. Something to keep an eye on. We'll see if he doesn't practice in the next 2 days. Then obviously it's gonna be an issue. I think the bigger concern is Joe Mixon,
No,
who did you see any of the Monday Night Football game?
I did.
Or you did?
Of
Okay,
course,
so
I
if you
watched it.
saw, yeah. So if you noticed, Joe Mixon had a pretty bad ankle sprain. He came back, but he wasn't very effective. So that's something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, well,
Um,
you still won by 13 points. So
for sure, my defense came out big. Um, that Minnesota defense is no joke. I think it was dropped by Jonathan. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but thank you, whoever dropped him. It was a good pickup by me. And they performed well against the San Francisco 49ers. They've been pretty consistent all year long. So, yeah, it was it was a big day for the defense. It was a big day for the kickers again. It seems like kickers are having huge days and they just continue to score. Um, oh, not for Eddie's kicker. It wasn't a good day for Eddie's kicker.
you know
So
what? Whatever. You know what?
Malik Neighbors came to life. We had a few rookies come to life finally. I know a lot of people were panicking, but I told you the first week. I told you that rookies, as soon as they feel comfortable, they'll make their impact, and they seem to have made it in week 2. Um, Malik Neighbors was one of them. He gave me 28 points, and yeah, it was a good day. Um, Eddie struggled. I believe Eddie finds himself at. Well, we'll talk about that later on in the standings.
We will.
Uh,
We will. We'll
yeah,
get to
for
that.
sure. We have time for that.
Yeah.
But just to give you a preview, they he ain't better than anyone right now.
You know what?
So
That's ridiculous. So anyway,
uh,
so we move on and we go to Tom and Richard. Don't be a dick. Pass the ships.
yeah,
Um. So
yeah,
Tom clearly. I mean, Tom's had 2 really good, solid games. Oh, and they just put Isaiah Pacheco on
oh,
IR.
he's
He,
gone. He's
yeah, but
gone.
he so earlier he had the issue where he wasn't on IR. So it was kind of like that whole, McCaffrey situation, but they finally put him on IR. So he's going to be able
uh,
to make an adjustment there, but he's had some solid games. Last week
well,
he lost against Jonathan, but they were both high scoring, and this week he fared very well. Richard, Tyreek Hill underproduced. Maybe he should have been pulled over again.
yeah. So that whole Miami team kind of underproduced. It's a fluke. I mean, for Tyreek Hill. Um, that whole situation with the quarterback Tua, he's out again. It's a terrible situation. So it really sucks for Richard Tua. If you don't know, he got another concussion. Who knows what's going to happen with his career? But I mean, Miami would like him to consider to retire. I don't think he will. He just signed a huge contract, but I mean, that's really what affected that whole situation with Tyreek Hill. On the flip side, though, Richard has to look forward to. Marvin Harrison finally came to life, and man, he had a beautiful game.
Yeah,
I
he did.
mean, everything he caught. I mean, he he dominated, and I feel he's gonna continue to dominate, and he's gonna have a really big year. And the person to watch out on Richards' team is Kyron Williams. So now Cooper Cup is gone, Puka Nakua is gone, and then now you have Kyron Williams, and the whole defense now knows who to zoom in on. The offensive line stinks. Matthew Stafford can't throw. So pay attention to Kyron Williams. I feel his numbers are going to go down. Again, it was a terrible, terrible day for Rashad White. So that's an anomaly. Kyle Pitts, I mean, Brandon Ayuk, I would be a little bit concerned with him. Um, and yeah, just in general, he had a bad day. On the flip side, I think Tom losing Pacheco for a long time, that's going to hurt a lot. That's really hard to replace. I mean, Pacheco, he'd been solid both games. And I mean, so yeah, Tom had a good day. I mean, look at George Kittle's gave him 20 points. We haven't got a lot of production out of our tight ends. But George Kittle's been pretty good this year. So wow. And then again, Jared Allen or
Underproducing again.
oh for sure. Josh Allen, I'm sorry. Yeah, underproduced. Garrett Wilson, underproduced. I'd be a little bit concerned with Garrett Wilson. And so yeah. Um yeah, so
Uh,
Tom beat Richard. I think it could have been a lot closer, or it could have been a Richard win had Tyreek Hill had his type of game.
right.
So yeah, bad luck.
Well, then we had Cup Check and Pelon. They both duked it out. The brothers Julio and Jonathan.
Was a really good game. I thought that this would be the game of the week. It looked like it was going to be the game of the week. I got taken over by someone else, but it was a great game. They went back and forth, and I think just Payame, El Pelon, which should be spelled with one L,
I
Pelame.
know. I
But
know.
anyways, Payame, if you would fix that, please. Payame, his team, Payame has a great team.
He does. No, he
Oh,
has
for
a straight
sure.
up legit team.
He has a great team. I thought it was very smart when he dumped his quarterback and he picked up Baker Mayfield. Even the guy he has on his bench, um, Kirk Cousins is coming into his own, so he's covered at the quarterback's position. Jefferson had a limp, something he has to pay attention to. But yeah, for sure. What a team! He's got a really good team. And then Kupchak, I mean, put up a fight. Uh, in the long run, he just couldn't hang.
Hey,
Um,
Drake London came through for him though. 17 points.
yeah, he did.
But
He did.
but
Yeah.
but it's a perform this week. Next week he might not.
Yeah. I don't know. He is someone that is hot and cold, but with Kirk Cousins, um, that may not. He may have the chance to be far more productive. The guy I would worry about is DJ Moore. So DJ Moore, Caleb Williams is not going to be in the lineup. Maybe that is good for him. I mean, in the end, but they are having quarterback problems in Chicago. Um, his kicker Moody for Kupchak didn't perform as well this week. I love his Pittsburgh defense. I mean, what a good defense. And then, so yeah, it was a great game. It was tight. They you know, and then Jonathan pulled away late. So
well, lucky him. All right, and then that brings us over to La Mafia and Vatos Locos Forever. Carlos,
hey, dude, what a start for La Mafia.
I know, dude. Honestly, David going 2-0 right now has me a little surprised.
What a
It's
start. Um, he's not scoring the most. I mean, I think he's well behind some of the people that are in lower positions than him. But I mean, his team is finding a way to win, and he seems to be hitting the right buttons. It's only week 2, but still, I mean, 2-0. This is a guy who La Mafia uh, does not have a good record in fantasy football. 2 years in a row, he's always been a bottom feeder. It's nice to see him towards the top. So yeah, he took out Vatos Locos Forever. Dude, that team has been decimated with
uh,
injuries. I mean,
Carlos is plagued right now.
so,
The man is cursed,
uh,
and it's okay. It's okay, Carlos. If you're listening, it's okay to go buy a chicken's foot and put it under your pillow, buddy. It
yeah,
might give you
he's
some
he's
luck.
he's decimated. I mean, he's got Cooper Cup who left early. He has he has McCaffrey on the IR. He's got Jay Ferguson from the Cowboys, the tight end. Yeah, wow. But yeah, good win for David.
Yeah, really
Good
good.
win. Yeah.
And then
So
we'll move over to the last one, which
this was the
was
game. This was the game. This was the
yes.
game of. I
Oh,
mean,
talk about. I mean, it
um,
came down to less than a point of difference,
for
and
sure, for
Taco
sure. It
Truck
was.
just pulled it out.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts gave him a great game. It was awesome. Um, I kept an eye on this one. Obviously, I know the Icebox personally, so. But no, it was a great game. The Icebox was winning up until Monday Night Football, and it looked really good. And then Jalen Hurts came to life, and man, Jalen Hurts had a game. Uh, he did it. He did everything. He threw for a couple touchdowns, threw for an interception. He also he ran. He really took that offense into his own hands, and 85 rush yards. So I mean, one rushing TD. I mean, he played. Um, he had 183 pass yards. We wish that he hadn't thrown that interception. He did, and so yeah, cost his team the victory. It didn't hurt Gabe in the long run. He was able to pull it out, and yeah, that was a great game. High scoring. There was everything. So
It
for
was a
sure.
nail biter, man.
Hey, dude, what a late pickup for Icebox Alex Pierce. Uh, last second replacement, 16 points. So that was a good call from somewhere deep in her football knowledge. Man, she was able to pick that guy up. So I'm just saying.
or she's sleeping with a football knowledge.
Eh,
Come on, man.
I'm just saying how she knew who Alec Pierce was, I don't know, but so anyways, so yeah,
All right, so week 3 matchups that are coming up are gonna be Assalamu Alaikum, which is me with Tom. And Tom, if you watch this, I'm not gonna go easy on you, man. I'll smack someone, okay? I'm gonna pick up my first win. And then it's Daniel versus La Mafia, which is David. And Daniel ain't heard no fat lady. He picked up a win. We also have Richard versus Jonathan. We have Julio versus Gabriel. And then we have the Icebox Zoila versus Vatos Locos Carlos. Before we get the predictions, let's take a look at where we're standing at. Jonathan, Pelalme el Pelon. Spell that right, buddy. Come on, get on it. You're Mexican, for God's sake. He's 2-0. He's 2-0. He's doing extremely well.
I think so for Jonathan. I think he's one of the top teams right now, and He's got a very good team. Very good team. Makes me excited. Reminds me
and
of last year when he had a very good team too and he lost. Oh no, that was the year before. That's right.
right,
Yeah,
right.
he was the front runner, and then he ran into in the
Uh,
playoffs to
but last year he took
hurt
second.
no fat lady.
Who took second last year?
So
Was that Carlos? Carlos did.
Carlos took second last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he was
right.
champion. That's right.
Yeah, and then
And there's an argument made that that guy that was champion last year could have been champion the year before too.
hey, whatever, dude. We're not talking about that, man. Spilt milk,
Like,
bro.
it's true.
Spilt milk, bro.
Uh,
It only attracts
it's
ants, Daniel. Nobody cares.
that's true. I cleaned it up, but that rag remains wet, Holmes.
Hey, dude. You know what?
So
Read a
it's
book,
spoiled.
bro.
You know, like when you clean
Read
something,
a
you know
book.
when you clean a rag, Holmes, and you clean it, but you don't wash it, you just leave it there. And over time, that
Whatever,
spoiled milk
dude.
takes home.
Whatever.
That's what that is. No, but
Okay.
yeah, Payame El Pelon is yeah, wow, he's a really good team.
David,
Second place,
yeah, La Mafia. Yes, he's second place. Great. I'm happy, but he hasn't taken on too many tough opponents. He hasn't taken on any tough opponents.
and if you look at it in reality, he's got the second to actually, yeah, he's second to last in points for, and that's kind of concerning. You know, that's
Right.
so he's uh, he's just been lucky that people have had their off days. Now it could be that he's that one guy that for whatever reason just things seem to bounce his way. We've seen that too. We've also
Yeah.
seen that you can't explain it for a while. He's on a run right now, 2 games. So yeah, Mafia. I don't know how long that will last, but enjoy it while you have it.
Yeah. And
Hey,
so
he's
then
getting a little sniff at the top, Holmes.
smell it while you can, buddy, before you
That's
fall
right.
down. And then we have Cup
That's right.
Check Julio. Julio could have gone 2-0, but his brother smacked him into place. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, dude. The
So
young taking out the old.
yeah, Julio's a good team also. So
He is.
um,
If you look at his points are second place points right
for
now.
sure,
You know,
for sure.
so he is a solid team, and I think following him is Tom. Tom's in number 4. He's got solid points. He's got the third place points.
He's got some holes though now, so we'll see how
He
he plugs
does.
those up.
He does. He
So
does have some holes. Injuries are make fantasy football weird. And
yeah,
then we
for
have
sure.
Taco Truck, which is in 5th. Gabe
Which is a
finds
pretty good
himself
team.
in the middle,
Yeah.
1-1.
And then the rest, it'll just round off from I ain't heard no fat lady sing. Matos Locos Forever's in 7th. Don't be a dick past the ships in 8th. And then number 9, the Icebox. And then number 10.
Yeah, we're not even gonna
This
talk
is
about it,
this is
bro.
where we need to focus on number 10. Your host, um, creator
Hey,
of this cast here. Technologically, he's good, but man, he sucks at football.
let me tell
So
you
I'm just
something,
letting you
okay?
know.
Let me
If
tell you
he ever
something,
gets to the
okay?
point where he feels, let me give advice. Don't take that. He's not in football.
Dude, you don't even want to know the advice, man. My advice to Jonathan would be, hey, you know what? Drop 3 of your players, just leave them there in free agency. You know, I would want Cup Check to drop a few. You know, let me swoop in, let me grab
So,
something up, dude, because I am suffering this season. But
yeah.
points wise,
Oh,
in
and
front
he
of
does it for the love of the game, yo. For the cats, for me and the dogs. Oh, are you charging my phone?
yeah,
No.
what yeah so yeah, so anyway,
What?
barring the small
Can
interruption.
we cut that out and redo it? Eddie sucks at football. No, I'm joking. Listen, I want to apologize. First of all, this is our second week. Not everything's gonna be perfect, but so far so good. I mean, I I promise you next week you won't see any interruptions. Hopefully, this was supposed to be done early. I'm not complaining.
Anyway, we're gonna move on
Listen,
past that. Okay, what you guys are waiting for are the predictions from Daniel. Daniel, take us away. What are your week 3 predictions?
so week 3 predictions. So I feel that I heard no fat lady sing versus La Mafia is going to be tight. I feel Patrick Mahomes is eventually going to have a bounce back game. I worry for myself, not for Dave. Jamar Chase hasn't gotten the ball. Super frustrated when wide receivers are upset and they start yakking and they start talking and they start complaining. That's usually when they start getting the ball kind of like squeaky wheel gets the grease. So I feel Jamar Chase is gonna have a huge game against Washington. So I'm concerned about that. Nico Collins is questionable, so he needs to worry about that. Mason is gonna a huge day against the Rams. So I'm worried about, you know, J.K. Dobbins is going to have a rough day today because he against the Pittsburgh Steelers. In the end, I feel the matchups could favor David. So uh, I'd have to say maybe I know that the AI says no, but maybe David. Yeah, possibly. I'd go with David and La Mafia.
Money on
So
David against his own team.
for sure.
All right.
Um, so Assalamu alaikum. This matchup is good. Um, it looks like you know he Tom's replaced his injured player Pacheco, and dude, he's a good. The guy he's put in is fantastic. I think he's gonna have another good day. Um, and it's a good replacement. Kittle's gonna feel. I feel he's gonna continue to have. He's gonna continue to dominate. Godwin's been on a tear, man. So I favor Tom in this game. You know, Eddie's in last place. I feel he's going to continue in last place for at least one more week.
Dude,
So
I
I
think
don't
I'm
get.
gonna. I see in my prediction on this one. You go dollar to
Don't matter
donuts.
because you picked your players and you didn't predict that correctly.
Dollar to donuts, bro. I'm gonna smack this team. I'm gonna come out.
Um,
I'm gonna win. I got myself ahead by 8 points.
you got yourself ahead by 8 points. Wow.
Hey, dude,
So
you don't need
if I go
AI
through
when you got EA, bro.
if I go through your lineup right now, so Worthy is kind of shaky. He started out fast. It was like whoa, but Amon St. Brown is heating up, so he's bound to have a huge game. Um, and then Gibbs. See,
Gibbs is
my thing for
solid,
you
bro.
is, dude, you have three players on the same team,
I know, bro, and I've looked to do
and
some changes, bro, and I just haven't been able to find it. So
and the truth is, I think you've handcuffed yourself a little bit.
I have.
Um, Usually, what happens is it's a couple players. If there's two players that are, there's only so much football to go around.
Correct.
So I feel you're gonna find yourself in a hard spot. So you know, whichever player's hot, it's gonna take away from the other players. So yeah, you're gonna. Well, I predict that you're gonna lose that one. I could be wrong.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I don't.
So
You
so
know,
here we
nothing
got.
personal, Holmes. Nothing
Hey,
personal.
yeah, I'm not taking it personal, bro, but you're wrong.
Huh? All right.
My mom told me I'm beautiful. Leave me alone.
Great.
All right, so don't be a dick. Pass the ships against Jonathan.
Hey, this is a good matchup. This is a good matchup. Joe Burrow, Monday Night Football. Uh, he's had a rough start, but now it's against the Washington Commanders. So uh, Joe Burrow could have a good game. Tyreek Hill. I don't know who's going to be their quarterback, but as long as they throw to Tyreek, I mean, he's bound to have a big game. Marvin Harrison, that's the guy. Does he do back to back consistency? Does he become the main guy? And I mean, I don't know how his quarterback doesn't go back to him. I I don't know how Kyler just. I mean, dude, my Marvin Harrison to me just looks amazing. He looks like a man among boys. He put on a show, and
Yeah,
I
he
expect
did.
him
He
to.
did.
I expect him to continue to put on shows. So Baker Mayfield, I feel, is going to have a good day against Denver. Jefferson, again, he's questionable, so if he plays, he should be good. Mike Evans should have a bounce back week. Saquon Barkley is
Ugh.
gonna have a field day. Well, I don't know. They're playing New Orleans, but he should put up his points. Uh, Cook has been phenomenal for Buffalo. They're going to continue to depend on him. He's going to continue to rack up the points. Trey McBride to me is maybe top one or two best tight end in the league. And he's going to put on Jalen Waddle. I don't know, concerned about what's going on with the quarterback situation in Miami, and then Fairbairn. Man, he's been putting on a show. So, and then that Tampa Bay defense against Denver, I feel is going to have a huge day. Um, so I predict that Jonathan could win and will win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Richard pulls it out. I mean, if Smith and Jigba can reproduce what he did this week, uh, and and Miami doesn't score a lot of touchdowns, which would kind of hurt with Tyreek. But if Tyreek can just bust out one and then put up a lot of yards, and then Jay Sanders is his kicker for Miami kicks a lot of field goals. Man, it could be a good day. And then Los Angeles, the LA Chargers playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, Pittsburgh's not known for having a good offense, so that defense should feast. It's gonna be a good matchup for sure. I favor Miami.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Richard pulls it off. But my money would be on Miami.
All right, then let's go down to Cup Check versus Taco Truck.
Yeah, Cup check
these
versus
games.
Taco.
I mean, look at AI is predicting all these games to be so close this week. There's no blowouts.
Yeah, for sure. So Anthony Richardson, I think personally, I don't think he's good, and so I don't know. 20 points versus that Chicago defense, that feels like a lot. Um, Dude, that defense is going to be all over him. And this is a guy who's undisciplined, completely misses his wide receivers, does not throw unless he hits Alec Pierce. But even that's an anomaly that can't last. So uh, Anthony Richardson's going to struggle. They gave him 20 points. Whew, that feels like a lot. Drake London with 13 points, almost 14 points. So Drake London's playing against Kansas City. That defense is solid. And I don't know how much time Kirk Cousins is going to have back there to sit back there and just release the ball. I expect Bijan Robinson to have a great day. A lot of that screen game is going to help. So Robinson's going to catch a lot from the backfield. He's going to run a lot. Drake London, hit or miss. He's going against a pretty good defense. I'd be concerned. And then Jaden Reed, again, he's questionable. And now with Jordan Love out, that's going to be rough. So I would consider. I'm not going to tell him what to do. I'm just saying I'd take a look at that guy, and then I'd look on your bench. Alvin Kamara is on a tear, so 15 may be low. This could be way higher. So and then Mark Andrews is doing his thing. DJ Moore again. I told you. So DJ Moore, he struggled. That whole quarterback situation's all over the place, but a change of quarterback may be good for him. So, um, yeah, Taco Truck on the other hand, Jalen Hurts, he's going to play a really good defense in New Orleans. T. Higgins, if he plays. So here's the thing about T. Higgins. If he plays, I don't know how productive he's going to be. He's been hampered by an injury and he's been away. So, but if T. Higgins performs, his ceiling is high. So I don't know if he's going to give it to him this week, but I'd really check and I'd really I'm not going to tell him what to do, but I'd take a hard look at T. Higgins and see who else I have. Then D Metcalf, turned it on. Uh, he's going to have a good game. I think Miami, they're going to put Jalen. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Um, anyways, the top cornerback of Miami. They're probably going to put him on D Metcalf. That should be an interesting. It should be a really good matchup. Um, Breeze Hall is going to have a good game. Uh, Josh Jacobson has been pretty solid, and then obviously I feel Jacobs is going to get the ball more with their quarterback situation and the injury. So Josh Jacobs, they're going to lean heavily on the run. He's a good catcher, going to give him good points. I love James Conner. James Conner is a beast. He should be solid. So in this game, I favor. I'm gonna go with. Let me see who's on the bench. Uh, Christian Kirk sucks. Oh, okay. So, um, I would probably go with Taco Truck. I'd go with Taco Truck, but that's
That okay, we're not giving advice. We're just saying as it stands right here, the lineups that they have right now.
I
You're
haven't given
saying
advice, right? I haven't said
right,
anything.
right.
I just told you kind of someone who to reconsider taking a double look at.
Yeah,
But
so
I
as it
would
stands
go
right
with
here,
I would go with Taco Truck.
Taco Truck.
Um,
But
not by a lot.
he's got some depth in the bench, right?
He's got some depth on the bench, and I just wonder, for that guy Kupchak, how that feels to see it through your head vision. What's it called? Through
Your he-
uh, so yeah.
so
Um,
so Icebox, Vatos Locos, Carlos and Zoila.
so I favor Zoila. Um, I favor Zoila because of, I mean, Vatos Locos is pretty hurt. Although I have to say though, all that changes. Like if Brandon, so let's say for whatever reason, um, let's just say Brandon Cooks gets moved to the starting lineup. Um, let's say my guy CD cannot go, CD Lamb, because he's questionable. At that point, Brandon Cooks is, I mean, he's there for a big day. And then Tony Pollard, I'd be kind of concerned with Tony Pollard. Um, A Chain, Brock Bowers, who Brock Bowers to me, I think is the best tight end in the NFL by far. Hey, Richard was preaching this guy. He was preaching this guy Richard got annoying, but he's right. Brock Bowers to me by far right now best pass catching tight end at least. I don't think best complete tight end, the best pass catching tight end Brock Bowers, and I mean the guy's a stud. Yeah, wow. I mean, so good call, Richard. So yeah, I mean, too bad the Chargers didn't listen to you. Um, so but so I favor. I'm gonna go with Zoila.
With Zoila.
Yeah,
All right,
with the
Carlos.
Xbox.
You heard that, bro. All right.
I just feel Carlos is filling in a lot of gaps.
Yeah, no,
And
but he
that's
has to. I mean,
and
injury riddled team.
and that sucks, for him. I mean, it's good for us, but it sucks for him. So there you have it. So if we do a recap of who I picked, so I picked La Mafia to win, Tom to win. I picked Payame El Peon to keep on his run and stay at the top. I picked Taco Truck, and then I picked the Icebox to come out of the gutter. And remaining in last place, your host truly, for one more week. You know,
All right.
So
All right, guys. All right, guys.
that's who I picked.
So we're wrapping this up. You've been with us here at the Gentleman's Corner, and we've spoken. You've listened. Have a good week.
Yeah, it's been